The Panthers. The butt of every joke. Right? I noticed it again. I noticed it again this weekend. So, Scottie Scheffler wins at Quail Hollow PGA Championship, right? Third major. Scottie feels like he's doing some kind of level up thing, and he's going to start entering some conversations that he's not normally in. Everybody wants to talk about it. The PGA has everybody's eyeballs. They decide to use that attention to just throw a random ricochet shot at the Carolina Panthers. They put out on social media basically some like, while in Charlotte, win since 2022. Panthers 14. Scottie Scheffler 15. Yuck it up. It's true, by the way. I mean, it is factual. Scottie Scheffler has won 15 times since 2022. The Panthers have won 14 times since 2022. It's true. And yes, you know, I did some quick back-of-the-napkin math. Worst in the NFL. Now, Bears won 15. Pats, Raiders, Titans won 16. So it's not like they're last by a mile. Matter of fact, 7 teams have won less than 20 games since 2022. So there are some bad programs, but their comfortability with trashing the Panthers, I would say, is made okay by the numbers. Right? Once everybody's joking about something, then there's safety in numbers. For the first time in a long time, I'm going to give this bit of advice to the Panthers. Start taking receipts. Remember this. Right? Remember this. It might just be as simple as somebody in the Panthers media or marketing department just screenshot it and put it in a folder. Right? Email it to yourself. Do something, but save it. Because for the first time in a long time, I think you might be able to rub some of this back in the face of the jokers. Last year, if they would have made this joke, I would have told them to eat it, right? Just don't fight back. Nope. Just use it as motivation if you want to, right? Use it as some kind of a slight that you're going to remember. And, you know, when you're thinking about doing 100-yard sprints and you want to do one more, you can go, oh, yeah, the PGA Tour joked, and you can run. But, you know, they might be right. It feels like right now is the first time where you might actually be good enough to rub this back in their face. By the way, the Canes do this every year. Right? When the national media or when somebody cracks a joke about them, they remember. And as recently as after their second-round playoff series winning the Stanley Cup playoffs against Washington, how quickly did they have that little video of national media people calling them boring, and they're throwing up tweets of people calling them boring, and the comeback was simple. Is the Eastern Conference Finals boring? Right? It's there. You can do that when, like the Canes, you know you're pretty good. Right? When you know you have something that everyone else is underrating, you can be prepared to throw it back in their face. For the first time in a long time, I think the Panthers might have something that everybody else is underrating. For the first time in a long time, there's a world where they're the surprise of this upcoming year. And once you're the surprise, once you're winning games, once you're in competition, once you're, I don't know, competing for a division or gosh forbid, you start saying the word playoffs, once that starts happening, now all of a sudden, you got to come up with the right comeback to the PGA Tour, or you got to come up with the right comeback to some other joke that's been made at your expense. And there have been plenty. There have been plenty. You want to get to the point where it's that way. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is it's pretty obvious, right? Last year was all about building the offensive trenches. This year there's been a lot about building the defensive trenches and getting it where you want it, and maybe going from we want to get up to neutral to now you're looking for difference makers. Right? Last offseason, which was the first under Dan Morgan, the GM, and Dave Canales, the head coach, it did feel like they just wanted to get out of the dungeon. Right? They just wanted to be competitive in games. They just wanted to be an NFL team. Now this year, They already have that foundation laid pretty darn well. They already have a few things that they think they do well. Now you're doing things like drafting Tepper McMillan early, right? And you're thinking he can be a dynamic difference maker. Right? You already have your bread and butter on the offense, which is offensive line and running the ball between the tackles with Chuba Hubbard. Now you start looking for the flash. And that's how you win some of those close games. Right? It was really impressive, I would say, from Bryce Young's standpoint. And I don't compliment Bryce Young a ton because I'm still up in the air on some things. But it was really impressive, the moxie and poise he showed down the stretch against good teams, particularly in the second half. But the Panthers just missed that one play to get you out with a win against the Chiefs, to get you out with a win against the Eagles, to get you out with a win against the good teams, even when Bryce was making the throws. And at times scoring the late touchdown or putting it on the money to Xavier Legette. Like those things were just missed by a little. This offseason, if they got it right, if Nick Scorton is that dude, if Princely Umanmielen is good enough to get after the quarterbacks, if they got it right, if Tedoroa McMillan is more Mike Evans than he is Kelvin Benjamin, like if they got it right, you're going to have the chance to talk some trash. You're going to have the chance to talk some trash, and you're going to have the chance to potentially not be the butt of every joke. Right? It's why, I think, I'll just say it, right? We'll come on this show when people talk poorly about the Canes, and we'll fight back, right? No, you're wrong. They aren't winning 1-0. No, you're wrong. They aren't playing boring hockey. No, you're wrong. Their system can do X, Y, and Z. No, you're wrong. They didn't need this guy. Like, we'll do that. I haven't done as much of that for the Panthers. And hopefully that's showing like our I don't know, at least attempts at being objective, because it's like, you know what? Hey, that joke, I didn't like it, but you're right. Like, that's kind of what a lot of stuff is with the Panthers. Hey, you know what? Okay, that one was true, but hopefully they're going to fix it in the next couple of years. Right now, I'm telling you there's a potential turning point. I'm hoping by about week 6, week 7, we can defend the Panthers in the same way we defend the Canes, or at least on the same side of the equation, if not as far on that end of the spectrum as we defend the Canes. Because like and I say this with all acknowledgement that if you don't win, you do have to eat some jokes. There was no reason for the PGA Tour to go that aggressive at the Panthers.
I know. I was like, why is Bryce Young and all these people catching strays?
Yeah, I don't know. Do winning percentage and come after the Hornets or something.
Yeah, no.
Like I don't know. There's
why go after anyone?
Well, that's my point. Like how do you choose which ones to throw out there? Why? It's because the Panthers are the butt of jokes. They just are, and they've struggled for a while. So it feels like it's not going to come back to bite you, right? It feels like, oh, we're not going to look dumb if we do this. Why? Because everybody's doing it. For the first time in a long time, I think that might not be true. Save it. Screenshot it. Put it in a folder just in case.